Hey guys, Megaton Menace here, back with another video, once again joined by my good friend Asir.
Hello.
And today we're going to be watching RWBY Volume 8, Chapter 14, The Final Word, which in addition to being the season finale, is also the only episode of this volume that has more than one word in its title. So, but with it being the final word, it still is thematic with like word, 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 word. It fits.
The final word.
Yeah. Then apparently another epilepsy warning as well. And themes of death. So they're just telling us that someone's going to die. Spoilers, Rooster Teeth. Honestly, we kind of already assumed that because I feel like that and that's something I wanted to talk about too. Because when it comes to all of these matchups, I feel like that with Winter and Ironwood, someone's dying. With Crow and Harriet, maybe we'll lose someone, but maybe not. But beyond that, I don't think that anyone else is going to kick the bucket in this episode.
Do you think we'll get confirmation on Yang?
Yes, but also no. I think, because that's something else I was thinking about. Because usually when Cinder loses in fights, she runs away to avoid death. However, in this situation, the only way that Cinder could run would be through the portal to Vacuo, which means that would be, but because there's already good guys there, it would just put her from one good guy fight to another good guy fight. And therefore, I think that Ruby, Weiss, and Blake will fall down the pit, and that happening will indirectly confirm that Yang is alive, because they're not going to kill a second character.
The entire cast.
Right. And something else that's also that I did notice in a rewatch is this. So in the most recent episode, they send John from Mistral into the realm to make sure the portal works, right? However, then after that, he goes back through to Mistral from the middle ground to help the people. So that means that either that's a plot hole, or Ambrosius is so literal that it's like, no, a one-way ticket to Vacuo. So only the portal that connects the middle zone to Vacuo is one way. Like, I'm not sure which one of those it is, but those are the only two explanations that I can think of for why John could go through and Oscar couldn't.
Right.
Now, another thing is that at this point, I feel like that when it comes to Oscar, Emerald, and Ren in Vacuo, I don't think any of them are going to die. I think that they're probably going to get saved by Vacuo. And because we know that Team Sun is in Vacuo from earlier this volume, and according to the canon books, Team Coffee is there. So those are both people that are in the Vacuo region that could end up showing up to save them from the Bat Grim, because they're not going to kill Emerald immediately after she changes sides. They aren't going to kill Penny immediately after becoming a real girl. And they're not going to kill Oscar because he's Oscar.
Right. Fair enough.
So yeah.
Yeah. Are you ready to dive into it?
I think I am, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see what this episode holds.
Yeah. Yeah. And amazingly, despite it being the finale and me not staying offline, didn't get anything spoiled. Well, I know that there is a post-credit scene.
Okay. Good.
But
now we know to stick around.
Right, exactly.
That's not even unhelpful.
Exactly. Like if the sentence was any longer than that, it would be a problem. But
All right. And that team's pretty well divided. Harriet and Crow, dude.
yeah,
Set up from the intro from the very beginning.
it's true. And of course, both Robin and Vine are near enough to that fight that they could easily get involved. What's crazy is that obviously Robin is on Crow's side, but even though Vine was disagreeing with Harriet, I don't know if he would actually fight against her at the end of the day. Or if he would be like, I don't want to blow up the city, but I'm also gonna help you fight Crow and Robin. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Because they've left all the Aesops at least a little ambiguous in terms of their alignment. Everyone except for Harriet and Marrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who are the two polar extremes.
Exactly. Yeah, Harriet and Marrow are the... yeah, that's... yeah.
Themes of death. Let's do this.
Yeah, we'll see.
Dude, they're trying to get you ready, man.
Yeah, they're like, it's gonna be that Volume 3 finale all over again,
all
baby.
over again.
That whale's still not fully gone. And until it's fully gone, it could regenerate. Because we ain't never seen a Grim like that whale.
Yeah.
Oh boy, there's some sus shit. Oh, it's probably just Salem coming back.
Yeah, that's what I would guess. Because you know she can't die.
Yeah.
So confirmation Salem's coming back. I really thought that'd be a post-credit scene.
Yeah, I mean...
There's just so much stuff to use as a post-credit scene.
Yeah, and also it could be like maybe that's all we'll get of it until the post-credits. And who knows, like, the volume as a whole could have a huge cliffhanger ending. It's possible.
Right. We're rooting for winter for sure.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming, but...
No one is great.
Oh, come on, bro. There was merit to that argument earlier, but not now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of seemed like could have done that more gracefully.
Yeah, right? It did seem a little clunky.
All she's ever wanted is the maiden power. I can buy you all time.
Yeah.
No one wants that, and it's not realistic to give her the power.
Exactly.
You don't want to lose cards you have.
Oh, I don't think she's saying...
That's what she was saying, bro.
Yeah, I guess.
I want it all.
It's one of those things where it's like... I know that the power scaling in RWBY has always been a little inconsistent, but it's also like...
Cinder in a 1v3.
Exactly, because like Penny and Winter versus Cinder was a fair fight, and therefore she shouldn't be able to beat Penny and Weiss and Blake. And I'm sure like John and Nora doing the evacuation and Ruby's busy with Neo. So there is an explanation for why she doesn't just get instantly deleted, but... And Elm? Yeah, Elm.
They're still evacuating in Mantle! Why can't you just let me do my job? Because you're our friend! And we won't let you go through with this!
Okay. You're outvoted, Elm.
Do it!
Save the day! I'm not sure how that will stop. I guess the idea is just that, like, his luck is rubbed off on it, so it's a literal good luck charm.
Now the question is can Crow use that because reverse semblance? Or could have anyone done that?
Hard to say.
Right?
I didn't talk about Watts. Watts could die by like, oh, nice. So Neo's gone now. Watts could die by like kamikaze to ensure that Atlas dies the way it's supposed to. Because there's not really much of a need for Watts in a
We have to free Yang.
post-Atlas world.
Oh, the scepter.
Yeah.
That's why she gave the scepter to RWBY and said, we have to free Yang.
Yeah.
God, stop feeding. Your semblance is OP.
Right. It's like your semblance is OP. Stop feeding. Okay. So she dropped her staff down the pit, and Neo got this.
Neo got
and
the
Neo got
staff.
Pilot's locked. We gotta go.
Start using your
There's no time
semblance,
to make it out of the
RWBY.
blast.
Right. Though her aura broke,
Killed us all.
so she can't use it.
That makes sense.
It was very quick, and same thing with Weiss. If that bomb goes off,
You can't!
the explosion should technically go through the portals that are open.
Sorry?
If the bomb did go off, the explosion from the bomb, when it reaches the portals in Mantle, it would go through them.
He's using his semblance, bro.
I know.
He's gonna block it.
Yeah. Contain it, yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll at least lessen it greatly.
What a man.
It completely... Damn, okay.
That's what's up.
And that's... Even though he had, like, I don't know, probably like a paragraph of dialogue throughout the entire series, that's a fitting end to the character arc.
I hope it was worth it.
And it makes him strong. Well, there you go.
Yeah, right?
Fucking time. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I only care about these treasures.
Dude, I am really happy about this right
Zippy
now.
zappy. It's time for them. Okay, yeah.
Dude, this could be Neo. This could be Neo's
A
turn.
Neo, yeah, it could be.
Neo could be the next Emerald, bro. This is exciting. Oh boy.
See, like they're
playing around.
Playing, like they're all gonna fall before the episode's over. But yeah. Zoop. All right. Weiss is still like passed out on the platform, I think. But so yeah, so Yang is not dead.
No. Blake and Ruby are also dead.
Right.
Yeah. No, you're right. You called that. Now it's just a matter of time before Weiss falls.
What's interesting is that the theory that they would fall in the order of the intro was wrong.
You wouldn't know anything about friends.
That's true.
But boy, dude.
Get it done, boy.
Dude, he's been waiting for this.
He's been waiting.
Like, now is your time, bro.
It's time.
Get it.
She's back.
Yeah, Mommy
Revenge
Salami.
for Pyrrha.
Yeah.
John, you got purpose in this fight. Get it done, boy. Don't stand there.
Ooh. That's bad. Oh, it's the suck thing from... It's the same thing she did to Amber. Except because she's a person... Ugh.
How many times you gonna play with this?
Right, right.
Hold on. My
Yeah,
balance.
maybe.
No,
No.
there's not enough time to heal me.
Oh boy.
Can't get the staff and the power.
We'll see. There's like 10 minutes at least left of the episode.
You can.
It's hard because like
I don't know where the others are, but
she's associated with Atlas. It's weird. Like
Let me choose.
it doesn't make sense to make her real and then kill her, but it also does make sense
To have her fall with that one.
Yeah. Oh, it's like let me choose who the next maiden is. Oh boy. She's gonna choose one of them. And whichever one she doesn't choose will. Damn.
Disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Damn.
God damn it, that's fucked.
Yeah.
Salutations! You made it!
Where... What is this?
And here we are.
Okay.
Oh, Penny.
It seemed fitting that it should be you. It was your power, after all.
No, Penny. You were always the real maiden at heart. I was just a machine. Just following orders.
You were my friend.
Thank you for trusting me with this. When you're gone,
I won't be gone. I'll be part of you.
good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Definitely heavy. 100% heavy.
So,
Yeah.
the destination.
And it's crazy because half the community is going to feel like that was obvious, and the other half
You
is going to be like, my expectations were subverted so heavily.
I did not see her being brought back to past, but it does make sense that she falls with Atlas, and this is well played. That was quick.
Yeah, it was. But it makes sense because like they were relatively evenly matched, and then he made it, and she oh shit.
Where did it go?
Don't worry about it, bitch. The thing is, if Salem, okay. I'm worried about the potential of Salem just walking through the portal and being like surprised.
Yeah, like here we go. Oh damn.
Make it worth it, Winter.
Yeah.
The thing is, okay, Salem is the main villain of the show. Or at least she should be. Also, 10 or 11 volumes is how long RWBY should be. If it's longer than that, it'll be like Red vs. Blue and overstay its welcome. And killing off your B villain when you're 80% through a show would be clean. I'm not expecting it. I don't think it's gonna happen. But, and we got Cinder's backstory this volume too. Like, ooh, there's Weiss.
So Ruby's...
Don't break, Winter. The fight ain't over.
RWBY.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't let her get away. Oh, fuck. Yeah, here we go.
We need to
Grim. Just send the Grim through the portals.
now.
you are going to pay for
Yeah, but
everything
when?
you've done.
1 volume, 5 volumes, 20 volumes?
And she's getting out both relics.
Yeah.
Ah, that is...
However, it's also true.
And she also went back out the other gate.
Yeah. John too? Nope. Yep. So team RWBY and John.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, and okay, so here.
Boop.
Well, now everyone that went through the portal should be, yeah.
Yeah, here
Oh
comes,
boy.
here comes the cavalry.
They went. God damn it. Hey, fine. Yeah. What? You're alive? I thought he was dead for sure.
Definitely should have been, honestly.
The thing is, though, he'll die when Atlas falls, won't he?
No. No, because they are telling us right now that for some reason he's gonna now join Save.
Oh, fuck that.
I think that's what we're
You're
fucking
right.
seeing.
Before our allies fell, Neapolitan
Yeah, she fell too.
RWBY.
Yeah.
Did
And
she?
before RWBY and her teammates fell, they used the lamp's final question. I couldn't stop them.
That's a lie.
I couldn't even stop the maiden from escaping without putting the
But I
relics
got
in
2
the
relics.
I'm I'm sorry.
Some shit went wrong, but you definitely won overall.
Yeah.
The thing is, without the
A new
question,
world?
she has to wait 100 years to get the beacon relic. Or find out where it is without the question.
Right.
Our work here is done.
I mean, about 100 years, that's not long for Salem.
But and she'll
Said
find
they
a way
used the staff.
for this, because they're not going to make us wait 100 years in
I
canon
assume you rid the
because
world
these are
of their
human.
creation. What did you create in its stead?
I merely added more flames to the fires of Atlas.
Watts? Yeah, I think that's Watts.
Yeah, it was. She's saying I took out
That's
Watts.
Checkmate.
At least he's not that. It's that was way more gentle than I thought it was going to be. Like, Mantle looks like it's basically Mantle looks most. Maybe there's going to be a boom in a second, but okay, yeah, okay, yeah, because there was like there was a lake, yeah.
And there was a dam being kept up by
Exactly.
the power grid, basically.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. They're definitely, yeah. Because like they're even though they didn't specifically show it, there definitely was like thousands of people totally died in Atlas and Mantle just then from all that. Like, definitely, because that was not a successful full evacuation, because they showed people trying to get through the portal still when the bridge collapsed.
I thought everybody had gotten through the portal, but I
don't-
could be wrong.
I don't think so. Maybe.
I mean, because they opened up in like a whole bunch of spots all
That's
throughout
true.
Mantle.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm not second guessing you. Like, you could totally be right.
But I could be wrong.
like,
It's the first viewing for both of us.
either way, that episode was very, very, very heavy.
Yeah.
John killing Penny is whole new levels of dark. I'm
Yeah.
almost surprised Ironwood didn't just do himself in. Like, with how dark this episode was, I was actually expecting it.
Right. And I know it's crazy, but no, you're right. Because like Ironwood might have been able to survive the impact because of being in the vault, but there's no way he survived the flood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Ironwood, which was predictable, and then Penny, which, I mean, at the very beginning of this reaction, we both agreed that, like, Penny was safe because she just became a real girl.
Yeah. That's definitely how I would have felt.
Yeah.
That's definitely what I thought was the case. So
But it is weird though, because it's one of those things where like, the statement I made earlier of like it makes sense to kill Penny because it's the end of the Atlas arc. Like, that technically applies to Winter as well, but she obviously is just fine.
she gets to get out. Well, just
Yeah.
fine is not quite what I would I'm sure her mental state's a little wrecked right now.
You're right.
But I also get what you mean. She got out.
But and also, as soon as she finds out that Weiss is indeed alive,
And you know what's something else that they're definitely gonna talk about? Oh. So John has to tell Team RWBY
Right?
that he killed Penny, and they don't know yet.
yeah,
And they are going to lose their shit
it's true.
because they just went through all that work to save her,
Yep,
and that's gonna happen.
that's true. And it's interesting too, because wherever they are, RWBY, Weiss, Blake, Yang, John, and Neo, like those are the significant the named characters that fell down the pit.
Right.
So
And there might be some NPCs. You're right.
yeah,
By the way, I just want to say this right now. please let this be a Neo turn. I would be so
Right?
happy to see Neo amongst the rank of the good guys. Like, I would, please come on, Neo turn. Like,
And that's just another thing, is like, even though John's sword was broken, so he's very much like, if the next thing that happens is Ruby, Weiss, Blake, Yang, and John continue to fight Neo, John really is just a shield boy in that fight. But even so,
actually, I think he threw his shield to block a blast. So I think he doesn't, like, because I think it was like he threw it in the small compact form, and it expanded to block the hit. So I think John is actually without arms entirely.
You're right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But everyone else has, because Crescent Rose fell down before Ruby did. Weiss, I'm not sure where Weiss's sword is, because when Weiss fell, she had Gamble's Shroud. She had Blake's weapon when Weiss fell. So, and yeah, of course, Yang's weapon is kind of built into her. So basically,
Crescent Rose fell.
Yeah, so basically, John is weaponless. Weiss, I'm not sure. Everyone else has their weapons. And Neo's umbrella got kicked off by Cinder right before Neo fell, so she's got her weapon. Regardless, now, where that takes them, because we have no idea, is obviously going to be very important, but I feel like that Neo cannot win a 5v1 against them.
Even if they're a little disarmed.
Right, and because of that, either, like, I mean, she might be able to run away, she might die, or she might turn.
Right. So here we come.
Yeah.
Post-credit scene. Here we go.
Yeah. This might just be where they...
Yeah. I mean, what's predictable. It looks a little fantastical.
Yeah, a lot of plant life. And a giant-ass tree.
And a giant tree.
And that's all we get. I mean, it's a place we've never seen before, for sure. Which means either the Dragon Continent or some sort of pocket dimension like where the vaults are.
Right. I don't know. That's giving me some huge world tree vibes.
And that's definitely possible.
Something along those lines, like a tree that connects the realms somehow.
Yeah.
That's definitely the vibe I'm getting there.
No, and if that is the case, they might be able to use it to access anywhere they would need or want to go.
Right. Now, here's a question. How long of Volume 9, right?
9, yeah.
Is going to be here?
Yeah. That's really hard to say.
Right? Because who knows what threats here poses.
The only thing that here's what I do feel confident about, though. Oscar, Emerald, Ren, Nora, Winter are important enough characters that I don't see them being off screen in Volume 9.
I agree.
And therefore, Volume 9, either somehow, some way, they're going to get out of here in just like an episode or two, or Volume 9 is going to be cutting between this and Vacuo.
I think that's very possible. I don't know whether or not they'll spend an entire season here, but I definitely don't think they'll get out in an episode or two.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I was asking where your thoughts were on that too.
Yeah. Oh shit! And something else that's also in, I guess it's really hard to say, but I feel like that. So. Crow and Harriet and Elm and Robin got away in the airship. And then the rest of our core cast is in Vacuo, and then there's the ones that fell. But what about Pietro and Maria?
Dude, they don't exist. Come on.
No,
what are you talking about? They haven't been in the whole season.
But what I'm... Because, like...
I get what you're saying. Did they get out?
Right, because like, technically, I don't think that Amity Coliseum specifically, I don't think that specific Coliseum fell. I don't think. So are they still there somewhere? Or did they leave through a portal and not be shown? Or did they die? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if Rooster Teeth know. Like,
yeah,
I'm
right.
Just kidding. No, I that was a little cold, but no, I ultimately just think that their screen time is unfortunately done. Like, I don't know how much more screen time either of them are gonna have realistically. Especially Pietro. He might have one last scene at best.
Yeah. That's actually something to think about, though. Because this is approximate, but, like, so Pietro, Penny was made using his aura, and he was missing, like, some from his legs and some of his torso, and we know he did that twice, so it's something like the aura that was missing from his legs made the original Penny, right? Mm-hmm. And then the aura from his torso made the second. So even though they were technically two separate individuals, they were the same aura. They had the same soul and the same memories, and they were the same person. And Pietro said that technically he could make a third Penny, but it would kill him.
He might.
Right.
He might. Oh boy.
And that would be really weird. And also it's weird, like, what's crazy is that when it comes to the actual Pinocchio fairy tale, like, I know he's a puppet, I know he gets lynched by his own strings and dies, and I know that the blue fairy turns him into a real boy. And I know that that's not the end of the story, but I don't remember what else happens in the story after that. Like does Pinocchio die as a real boy in the Pinocchio book?
I don't know. All I remember is that he saves Geppetto from the whale.
Right.
Like, that's what happens next, is he has to go and rescue Geppetto from the whale.
Yeah. And of course that didn't happen despite the fact that there was whale.
There was whale.
Yeah. But it's also true that RWBY has had a pattern of, like, when we're in Vale, we focus on Vale characters. When we're in Mistral, we focus on Mistral characters. When we're in Atlas, we focus on Atlas characters. And it's also true that RWBY is a show where it's like, we've got just as many characters as Game of Thrones, but our episodes are 15 minutes long. So we just can't focus on all of them, because it's one of those things where, like, technically Team Coffee is alive, but we haven't seen them since the fall of Beacon, and therefore narratively
they're not.
The story is the same as if they had died.
Right. No, I get you. I understand.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any final thoughts? I mean,
it sucks because right now I really feel like that I don't have any final thoughts and that I've said everything that there is to say, but I also feel like that soon I'm going to be like, oh, I should have said this, and I should have, and you know how it is sometimes.
I do, but that's ultimately what you got the reaction, and you got the review.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really think of anything else I have to say. I really hope this is a Neo turn. They've confirmed that the main cast and John is fine. John is going to have to tell them what happened to Penny, which is going to be a rough scene that we can expect right around the corner.
Yeah.
And I wonder how long it'll take him to work up the strength to do so.
That's really hard, because it's one of those, like, okay, so I feel like that John was toughened up a lot by what happened to Pyrrha. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that John, and he has also been pretty good recently at being honest with his friends about what is on his mind. And therefore, I think that he should be able to tell them, like,
to just do it.
Yeah.
To just rip off the Band-Aid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
However, it's also true that there have been times in the past where it's taken characters way too long telling Ironwood that Salem can't die for no fucking reason. And that therefore there could be some feed.
And even though you say it as feed, I will say that, like, killing Penny was obviously pretty fucking traumatic. Yeah. That's another factor of just, like, if it gets in his way, I kind of get it.
Yeah, but it's also true that like
It was traumatic enough that it'll probably immediately break.
right, but it's also true that it's like Cinder landed a lethal blow, and then Penny's like, do it.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she sent it to Winter.
Honestly, that might be because she didn't know the fate of Team RWBY.
Right, exactly, because
And another reason it could have been also is because she didn't want to endanger Team RWBY like she was endangered just by having it because they're her friends.
It's one of those things. The reason why I'm like, is because
Originally, she said she was going to give it to RWBY, right?
yeah, but the thing is, but when the decision was made, RWBY, Blake, and Yang had fallen, but Weiss hadn't, and they made it clear that she was choosing Weiss or Winter, and I'm just we're probably never going to find out, but I'm like, why did she choose Winter?
I mean, I think the reason she chose Winter is because she doesn't want to endanger her friends. Like, it's RWBY, Blake, and Yang had already fallen. Weiss is literally in the same engagement that she was in.
And it is also true that Winter does have more combat experience, and stat-wise, she's Weiss, but better in every way.
Yeah.
So it's like, let's give it to someone that I think isn't going to feed.
No, I really do think that that's what led to her decision.
Yeah.
And also, I think subconsciously she didn't want to endanger the members of Team RWBY the same as she was endangered from having it. Plus, like I said, they all, I think that they lost RWBY, Blake, and Yang up to that point. Like, they all were fighting with the misconception that those people were dead.
Right, exactly. And that means that the team in Vacuo is fighting under the assumption that they're all that's left of the resistance, which is little oof.
A little oof.
However, it is also true that, like, technically, Team Salem did lose both Watts and Hazel and Emerald.
Neo and Emerald.
Oh, yeah, like, lost 4 people as well. So that way it does make it so that the quantity of characters on both sides is more even. Except it's actually not, because everyone that fell is alive, but...
And also Salem.
Right, and...
She's a little OP.
Right, like, Salem technically doesn't need...
any eminent. Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you for watching. And it's not on screen right now because of the post-credits scene, but it did have the Colored by Burning tractor in the credits.
They should have just had a tractor, like, off in the left corner and just on fire.
Like, it fell. It fell. Right. So, thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
Megaton signing out.
Yeah. So I was just, like, chilling, and I realized, oh, hey, I, like, haven't checked the Rooster Teeth store all volume to see what new merch they got. So basically, I bought 3 items. So the first is I got the Penny Wall Scroll. Then I also got the shirt that's basically got the same image on it. And then I also got the Salem Wall Scroll. And, yeah. And basically, it's one of those things where, like, I only ordered them a couple days ago. And therefore, it's going to be one of those things where, like, the Volume 8 finale is going to come out. Then I'm going to upload the reaction and put it through copyright. Then the merch will arrive. And then the reaction will go public. And therefore, I can't actually show off the merch at the end of the reaction the way I ideally would have. But so expect that as its own video. Probably within the next day or 2. Or maybe in the past, depending on how quickly it gets here. But just regardless, that merch showcase is coming. And what's funny is, at the time that I'm recording this, I have not seen the finale yet. But this is probably going to be the last 2 minutes of the finale reaction video, so hopefully it was a satisfying and good finale. Woo! I need to get a smaller frame for this because the one that I got is too big, but it's just a little bit too big. And you, quit staring at me menacingly. I know that Penny hasn't been part of the show for that long, but she needs to get a high-end anime-style figure like this one. Only the 4 RWBY girls have them currently, I think, so realistically they'd probably do, like, John, Nora, Ren. John, Nora, and Ren for sure would get one before Penny. And then Cinder, Neo, maybe. Regardless, make one so I can buy it.
Combat ready.
Alrighty, guys, so it's been about 2 hours since Asir and I finished watching the Volume 8 premiere, and I'm definitely still very shooken up by what happened, and I do still think that narratively, it is the fact that they brought Penny back, had her do nothing for a volume, then had her almost die, and then had her actually die, that feels like a really weird decision. Because, like, what was the point of bringing her back, killing her, and having Winter become the Winter Maiden, when instead you could have just had Winter become the Winter Maiden when Freya died? It's very strange, and it feels like that it was just... Honestly, it feels like that they knew that people would expect Penny has now become a real girl, and therefore she won't die, and that's why they killed her. Like, they knew that people thought she would survive the volume because she was a real girl, and that's why they killed her, because they knew that it would surprise people and have shock value. That's what it feels like a couple hours after finishing the episode. It's also crazy that, just because of the way I am as a person, even... Like, right now, the amount of sadness that I feel about it is definitely more than it was when I was watching the episode and it was fresh. Because sometimes it takes time for things to really sink in. And because of that, I actually think that tomorrow I'm going to be more of a wreck than I am now. It's going to be interesting to see... Yeah. So I did mention earlier that I didn't remember what happened at the end of the Pinocchio story besides saving Geppetto from the whale and becoming a real boy. So I pulled up a synopsis, and according to that synopsis, it was saying that him becoming a real boy is the end of the story, and that the whale happens before that. So if that's accurate, that means that the full Pinocchio arc of Penny's story in RWBY would have been completed when Ambrosius turned her into a real girl, and that therefore there isn't anything in the Pinocchio fairy tale indicating Penny returning again. And that I guess Rooster Teeth, Miles and Carrie, and so forth were like, well, we finished her arc from the fairy tale, so either we kill her or we have her go down a new path because the fairy tale one is complete, and that they unfortunately chose to get rid of her. I'm definitely also, when it comes to that tree at the end, I really do hope that that tree is Yggdrasil, or that they're in a pocket dimension or something, because honestly the area that they're in does kind of look a little deserty, and there is also clouds, a bunch of clouds that are thick behind it. So like, it's very possible that somehow, some way they're on Remnant. Like, maybe they're on an island near vacuo, or they could literally be, no, like, you have the ocean, and then you have the beach where they washed up, and then you have that, and it could be, like, maybe behind the tree, 3-day walk, and boom, there's vacuo. I don't know, but I do think they're probably going to be split up from the core group for a while. But we're going to see. Man, I really hope that Volume 9 starts in, like, October, November, around the time it normally does, and that it's not late. Because the thing is, it could totally start late in, like, January or February of 2022, just because of the fact that Volume 8 was delayed and ended late. So I think that at this point I have basically now truly said everything that I want to say, and that this really is the end of the video. The only other thing that I want to announce is that whenever Seer and I are preparing to record a reaction, we always, do audio tests to make sure that those are fine. And we always say, like, funny and goofy and weird shit when we're doing that. So I'm considering taking all of these, like, 13-second clips of us testing the audio and editing them together into one video. Now, if we did that, it would probably only be something like 8, maybe 10 minutes long. But I feel like that something like that coming in a week or two is something that you should expect. So hopefully that'll be funny. And yeah, until next time. Hope you guys enjoyed in quotes, I guess, because even though this episode was good, like, objectively this episode was good, but emotionally I did not enjoy it, even though objectively and logically it was good. Alrighty, so thanks again for watching, and until next time, peace. For anyone that's still here, thank you again for watching. And this is the end of the video for real.